Hi everyone, how are you?
Hey, what's up everybody? It is great to be here with you on Mindset Live.
Today we have
an amazing guest. Her name is Amanda Zapp, and she is a digital marketer. She has her own agency. She's a yogi, and she's a fitness instructor. And she really has an amazing mindset, and I can't wait to bring her on. And so I'm not even going to waste any time. Let's bring on Amanda Zapp.
Let's bring her on.
Where
are you?
Hi.
Hi, Amanda.
Hey.
How are you guys?
We're really good. How are you?
I'm good. This is even, I schedule these for people to do all the time. This is my first one I've done myself.
Oh,
Well,
so exciting.
So
I
far,
love
so
it.
good.
Yeah. We made it here, so we're doing good.
So we teased a little bit about who you are, but tell the audience who you are, what you do, what you're about.
Yeah, so I started a small digital marketing agency about 2.5 years ago now. So definitely a lot of digital marketing. I'm also a yogi, so I teach yoga and Pilates, and it's just a big part of my lifestyle. And wellness and having a positive mindset is so important to me, and that's why I love working with you guys. I'm so excited to talk about these things today. So when we had decided to do the interview, I put a questionnaire up on my Instagram, and I asked, what would people be more inclined, what would you like to hear about? And so I could either talk about social media for wellness or kind of have a more open conversation about dealing with anxiety and depression, especially during these times, and kind of my CBD journey. And that was the one that kind of did the best. That was all the votes. So I figured, let's do it. Let's talk about it.
All right.
I love it. I love it. I'm so excited to hear everything because I really don't know much about your journey.
That's true.
So when did you start getting into yoga? Tell us about, or how did you come to?
So I've always worked in very fast-paced and stressful environments, and I liked it. I strove in those environments, don't get me wrong, but it was always just a lot on me, and I was never really happy. And at the end of the day, I always just felt so stressed and overwhelmed and grinding my teeth. And in 2017, I made it the year that I was going to dedicate to my wellness. I was I'm ready. I need a life change. And so I actually so you're able to do a genome test to find out genetically if you're predispositioned for any kind of depression or anxiety. So I did that from the recommendation of my therapist. And then I found out that I was from genetics that I have a major depressive disorder. I had ADHD, and I never knew these things until in 2017, I turned 30 when I decided I was going to do this wellness thing. And then it's just so many things made sense. And my body chemically doesn't produce enough serotonin. So all of these things where I just thought there was something wrong with me, it was actually my genetics. So with that, I decided I'm going to make a huge lifestyle changes. So that's when I started getting into yoga, and that helped so much, just learning how to tune into yourself and use it and tapping with your body, and just having this whole mind-body connection is so important. So I loved it so much that finally, when the opportunity presented itself, I became a yoga instructor, which is so great because it really not only improves your practice, but then you're able to share it with others. So that was amazing. And then I also just realized working full time and being stuck at a desk just wasn't for me. It wasn't making me happy. And I worked for great people, and we did a lot of awesome things, and it was fun. But I was I'm ready. I want to be able to, if I want to at noon teach a class or take a yoga class, I want to have that freedom. And so finally, I just made it a reality. I just went for it, and I haven't.
You chose your mindset, right?
You chose.
Just changed my mindset, and it's been amazing. So happy that I did that, and it really has changed my life for sure.
Yeah.
So
did you do this prior to the pandemic? You were doing?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So that was that same year.
Was.
I think it was that summer of 2017 is when I decided to take that leap and teach and start my own thing. Yeah.
That's amazing. Because how did that work out? So like nicely because you were prepared to work from home. You were
right. Exactly. So when a lot of people had like now were forced to work from home and had no idea what to do, that was another thing. I was like, okay, I got this. I can help you guys.
Oh, that's a really good point, though, Amanda. Do you have any tips you can give the audience for working at home and figuring that out and balancing that?
So I think one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived in New York. I don't anymore. I'm blessed to have a little bit more space. But even if you're in your tight apartment, one of the things is make a section, even if it's a section of your 1-bedroom apartment, that is where you're going to work so that it feels different. Because you do need to have that like life balance where you can't work from your couch or your bed because that's where you should be resting, right? So make sure that you have that like one section that you're going to have for work. I always say is like, that's really important so that you can feel like you're there, then you're shutting down as well. So for me, that's super important. And then making a space that you love. I do the same thing, tell people the same thing when they're taking one of my yoga classes, because it's so important to set the space, right? Mm-hmm. And especially now that we can't go in yoga studios. So I say like, put your mat down, have candles, have essential oils, like set your space so that you feel like you're in a different space and your like your mindset.
Like my life, yeah.
So that your mindset is ready for yoga. And I say the same thing for work. Like have, even if if it's just a quarter of your room, like make it the way you like it. So like on mine, I'm looking at my desk right now. Like I have plants, I have candles, like I have CBD, focus drops right there, literally. And so I love my desk space. I enjoy going to that space. So just making a space that you feel comfortable with, that you're going to enjoy sitting at, I think is really important as well when you're working from home.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Because it is like, even if you're in the smallest space, you should have a separate space. Completely agree.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, part of your journey was, I guess, managing stress and the depression and the anxiety and all those things and making these changes in your life and changing and choosing your mindset. What were some of the things that you also did along that journey that people could use as tools in their toolbox to help to begin to bring some of their anxiety under control? Because no matter who you are or what you where you are in life, everyone's dealing with anxiety, and it's a matter of whether they're going to confront it or whether they're going to cope with it and how they're going to cope with it. So what were some of your ways that you found?
So I think the first thing is realizing that you don't have to feel that way all the time. And I think when you realize that, you're like, okay, now can I make those steps? How do I not feel like that anymore? And so a lot of it is lifestyle changes. It's adding, I just love working out. I've always enjoyed like the energy and like that, the rush of endorphins that you get from it. But if you haven't worked out, like definitely like just start, even if it's a little bit of movement, that's going to already start to help with those things. Meditation is so huge. And like, it used to be woo woo, but now it's like scientifically proven. Like you can look in any medical journal, like meditation is so important.
I meditate every day.
And there's such like people have such a like stigma around it because they think they can't do it or they're not doing it right. And so I think that that's like an obstacle that a lot of people have, but it's so I get almost understanding that there's no wrong way to meditate. The fact that you are sitting down and taking time from your everyday life to just try to focus on one thing, like you're meditating, you're getting the benefits of it.
100%.
Right. Or in the sense of focusing on absolutely nothing.
Right.
Exactly. And like, I always thought like there's always a million thoughts going on in my head. And so I thought I'm not meditating, but if you start with guided meditations, if you have like a good guide, they'll usually say it's okay that those thoughts are coming in and out. The fact that you're just sitting down and realizing that those thoughts are coming into your mind and you're trying to, separate those feelings out is you're meditating, So that has definitely been really amazing. And again, 5 minutes, you can do it at your desk. Like just give yourself, they have 3-minute meditations. I mean, you can start out so slow. I don't recommend like just trying a 45-minute meditation because you're gonna be like, what is this? But just
I agree.
Start out, and I've never met anyone who started and was like, oh, I don't like it. So it's just like.
What's amazing is that, as Wellness Wednesdays are live Wednesday events that we do with different yogis and different people are now available on the site. So that you can click on yoga meditations, and now you can pick up all of those wonderful practices that before, if you weren't there live, you weren't going to be able to experiencing them. And so I think that that's also part of the totality of what we're trying to accomplish. Right. Again, tools in the toolbox.
Exactly.
We want to provide that to people, like just for free. Like,
it's there. It's available.
Complimentary. It's amazing. It just helps so much with your wellness. It's an overall thing, like you said.
Right. Yeah. It's and then it's adding all these different elements really just start to make a difference. Another thing that I love doing, and I'll admit I should be more disciplined with it, is journaling. I keep one at my desk. And again, this one's great because it actually like gives you a little guideline, but you write down what I'm thinking about, what I'm grateful for, and then write down a daily affirmation. And it really does help. If you wake up in the morning and you do that right away, like what's on my mind? What am I grateful for? And like, what do I choose to be today? And it really does set your mindset for the day. And even if you're grumpy, like this kind of forces you to, well, you have to be grateful for something. And then you're like, you're right. I have a lot to be grateful for. And it really does change your mindset. So that's another thing. Super easy. Just do a quick journal in the morning. When the pandemic started, my friend Adriana and I, we made a commitment that every day, even if it was a 5-minute meditation, we'd do a meditation, we have a journal, and we would do some kind of movement. Again, even if it was a 5-minute yoga flow. And it helped us. It got us through the first hard 6 months of the pandemic. Adriana, if you're on here, I know we like the support system. We would be like, all right, we did all 3 things. And it gave us a schedule every day and like changed our mindset during that really difficult time. And it's great now if you can get into that because it's winter, it's freezing, it's COVID. And so just having that ability, like I recommend it so much. Just like give yourself that schedule and do those things and you really will start to feel better for sure.
Yeah.
We do the same thing.
We did the same thing at the very beginning before COVID happened. When we made the decision to leave our fashion business and to move into the wellness space, I started journaling from that day. And I created basically just a place to get my ideas down. And now it's 500 pages. It's just the most amazing insights into the journey. It's really exciting. And it was so cathartic to get those ideas and to get those feelings out. And when you read them back to yourself, sometimes you realize that maybe you're agonizing and you're putting yourself in a position you don't need to because
you're telling yourself a
story. And so that's one of the big things we like to say around our home is don't tell yourself that story. How often do we tell ourselves stories and then those stories we begin to manifest into reality if we believe them enough?
Right.
And so if we tell ourselves good stories, good things happen. And if we tell ourselves these very sad stories, sometimes we end up bringing ourselves to those places. So.
Yeah, telling yourself a story. So you're always going to tell yourself a story. I believe we're always constantly chatting in our heads. I mean, I don't know many people who don't chat in their heads.
Especially now. Who else are we talking to?
Right. So if you're going to chat in your head, you might as well tell yourself something really good because that's what's going to happen then. The more good you tell yourself, the more good stories you generate, the more positivity in your life. Like if you're constantly telling yourself like an unhappy story or what could go wrong, then that's what's going to happen. So it's really good to, stay positive and focus on the good stories.
Yeah, no, it's at least for me, it's everything.
And movement. We promised ourselves from that moment that we would move every day. We would go outside, go for a walk. And that was so much a part of our wellness journey.
Yes,
getting outside,
absolutely.
Meditating. Walking is meditating, by the way.
Yes.
For me, like walking is definitely meditating. Movement, walking, breathing. Breathing's important.
So what's interesting about you, Amanda, is I find that you've been able to sort of combine these two mediums, the digital marketing space and the ability to be authentic in that space at the same time, pursue the wellness activities and pursue the wellness lifestyle and be able to meld those things together. And sometimes you find that there's so much inauthenticity in the social media space. And so the fact that you are so authentic, your audience is so authentic, that's what's always been exciting. I mean, your mindset was great, but the authenticity, I think, really speaks many things. So,
and finding your authentic self. That's actually what you did. You weren't aligned in what you were doing, and you didn't even know you had this stress or anxiety. It wasn't like in front of you because you were succeeding. Like you were succeeding, but it wasn't aligned with you. It wasn't making you the best you could be, your authentic self.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what your CBD journey is like. What was your experience with CBD and then your experience with Mindset CBD?
So one of the things that I still, even though doing all of these, like I do meditation, journaling, I still, especially when I was working in this, I mean, being in New York City in itself is going to raise your anxiety level, and working there. And what, I don't know why, but I always realized it would be after work on my way home on the subway, I was grinding my teeth, like my jaw, like that grit. And I was like, this is awful. Like, I shouldn't be living like this. And I found that when I started taking, I was like interested in CBD, and I always saw like it's for anxiety, it's for anxiety. And I was like, all right, let me try this. And the way that I like to explain CBD is it's not what you feel, it's what you don't feel.
Yes.
And that is what it was for me. Like, I was on the subway and I was like, oh, wow, I'm not grinding my teeth for once. Like, this is great. So then I was like instantly became a fan of it. Admittedly, though, I never found, and this is the truth, this is not like me like toting mindset right now. I never found a brand that stuck with me. And then when I found you guys, and I just love, like, I think having the mindset with it, for some reason, it just sticks with me to use it every day. And so like my CBD toolkit that I use is every morning. I love the focus drops. I'll have them with my coffee, sometimes even in my coffee. And then around the afternoon, whether it's the drops or the gummies for like a treat, love the happy. And usually around the afternoon is when I'm starting to get stressed from work. So it's like the perfect time, because I guess that's what I'm feeling like. I could, it's the mindset. Like in the morning, I'm like, I need to focus. Oh, perfect, the CBD. And then like in the afternoon, I'm getting grouchy. I'm like, happy CBD. And so it just naturally like happy. It like, it's not like you want to take medicine every morning. You have to like remember to take your pills. It's like, oh, I want that mindset. I'm going to take it right now. So that's awesome. And then at the end of the day, if I did have a stressful day, I love taking Calm. So it's almost helps you remember those mindsets you want to feel.
Yeah,
so I think
that is my routine. That's my routine.
Yeah. And then sometimes I take the sleep ones, and that sleep, speaking of, is the other part of when I say if you want to make your wellness toolkit. And that was one of the most important things that a doctor had said to me was, you have to think of sleep as medicine. It is medicine. So if you're not getting, and the amount of hours is different for everyone. I need at least 8 hours of sleep. Like, and I think of it as medicine. Like if I don't get those 8 hours, I'm going to feel awful the next day. So that's the other part that's very important for wellness overall is sleep. And a lot of people struggle with sleeping. It's not just me. So that's why I do love the sleep drops or gummies are amazing as well, because you fall asleep pretty quickly and you stay asleep and you don't feel groggy or weird in the morning. And everyone that has taken them that I've recommended them to says the same thing, that they get a real night's sleep. They don't have crazy dreams. They don't feel weird in the morning.
Right.
So
That's
our rest drops and our rest gummies have amazing results. I mean, people are just reordering them. They really do. And you don't feel groggy in the morning. Like you just have a great night rested sleep. And I always say rest is
productive. Rest is productive.
Yes.
I'm trying to get up to around 23 hours a day of sleep. I'm pushing it in that range. I'm thinking that's my sweet spot. But we'll see.
Wouldn't that be nice?
So it's funny, something that we all talk about amongst ourselves is that as much as we are advocates for CBD, we're not healthcare providers.
Right.
We're not. Whether or not there's enough information by the healthcare community out there is up to debate. So part of our job is to educate and to bring people into the fold, and to
tell how it's
how it's affected our personal wellness
right.
journey. And everyone's results are going to be different, but our results and our journey is supposed to be a testament. So
and it's so good to hear other people's results. Like when I listen to you and I hear what it's done for you, it's amazing. Or what you don't feel.
Yeah.
I love that. That is great. That's a really good quote. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
so someone's actually asking a question, and it says, "Can you take your CBD gummies while pregnant?" And the answer is no. I would not.
The answer is you have to ask your doctor.
You should ask.
I have read things. I'm just saying.
Okay, I think that the standard answer, according to the FDA, is that you should not take CBD while pregnant or lactating. Again, we're not healthcare providers.
No. There's just not enough studies on it or information.
But prior to doing that, I would definitely speak with a healthcare provider, because obviously while you're pregnant, you have to be very careful and very sensitive about the things that are going into your body.
Yes.
So CBD is all natural, and I don't think there's any problem. But until that is actually is, actually put out by the FDA, I think we err on the side of caution.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Any other questions? Does anyone else have any questions?
So the topical ones, but you still get some of the benefits for, like, you could use lotion.
Oh, absolutely. If you have,
so there are other CBD products like you might not want to ingest, but like the Calm lotion is infused with CBD and has lavender, and that's amazing. So
100%.
No,
that's a great point. All those topicals have wonderful effects, not only just the effects on your skin as a topical, but these aromatherapy effects that play into it as well. And
the pain cream too. The pain cream as well. The pain relief cream is amazing.
So certainly any kind of topicals you can use while pregnant.
Yeah. For sure.
So you use the rest sometimes when you're needing sleep. Do you ever do the health? Did you ever take the health gummies? Because
I like the health gummies and the drops as well. I add that in usually in the afternoon. I either take Happy or Health depending on the day.
I like to put it in my smoothies along with the honey sticks. The health drops and a honey stick.
Yeah. So what's exciting is Rene is creating probably a cookbook that we haven't written yet, and it's about how to put honey sticks in every single product and every single thing that we eat.
He's making fun of me.
There's a lot of honey in my life right now. A lot of CBD honey sticks. There's a lot of honey sticks. I mean, Big Z with honey sticks.
No.
Lasagna.
What topicals do you guys have? So we have the Calm lotion I love, and I also love the facial serum. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Same. Those orders smell in that.
So I've been doing a facial serum test on myself. I've been taking a picture. I recently turned 50. I'm feeling older than I've ever felt. My skin is beginning to fall off my face. And so I took a picture, and then I started using the facial serum. And it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's really starting to take away some of the fine lines on my face. And I was just like, oh my God, this is really cool.
It's so true.
So the facial serum, which was
and usually serum comes in such a small bottle, and I love that this is like a big bottle because I don't feel as bad because I love using like 3 or 4. I know you don't need that many, but I just love feeling hydration on the face. It's like my favorite morning little ritual that I do and that's the thing that I started actually getting more serious with during COVID, because I was like, why not? We're home, we're not going anywhere. I can spend the 5-10 minutes in the morning to have a good skincare routine. So that's one thing.
Right, you're staring at yourself on Zoom all day, so you might as well look good.
So
the vitamin C cream is also something that I love. It makes my skin feel so hydrated. Vitamin C cream is amazing. It really, so I do the serum, and then I do the vitamin C cream, and I do it in the morning and at night.
Yeah. And then, of course, I want to tease our Recharge roll-on, which is coming pretty soon. It's a muscle roll-on to recover your muscles after workouts, whether they're home workouts on your Peloton or whether you're out and about. It's great. Throw it in your bag. It is an amazing product. Awesome. And our pain cream is 500 milligrams. This is double that. This is 1,000 milligrams. And the exciting part is that the roll-on is one of the best ways to actually apply CBD. Very, very precise, and you don't waste any of the product at all. So it lasts a long time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah, my mom was over recently, and she was complaining about her back. So she was like, comes into my office. They like think it's like my witchy place because I have like essential oils and CBD in here. She's like, "What do you have for me?" And I gave her the CBD cream, and like 5 minutes later, she's like, "I don't know if it's just like in my head, but my back feels better."
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think
it works.
People are getting results. It's amazing.
True. It's amazing.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Do we have anything for Wellness Wednesday? I think we're doing a giveaway.
Yeah, and I think someone just asked if we were doing any meditations or classes. So this Wednesday, for Wellness Wednesday, I'm going to teach the class, and we're going to do a yoga and meditation class at 9 on Wednesday. And we're also doing a really fun giveaway. So I'm going to be giving away a private yoga session. Mindset's going to give away a CBD product of choice. And then we also partnered with Babe & Co. and awesome female-run business. She makes her own fitness products, and she's giving away a yoga mat. I have one. It's awesome. I'm going to teach the class on the mat. And then we also partnered with Energy and Star, who makes organic lattes using mushrooms. So they're like,
oh, that's so cool.
Faith, let's come just join me. We were just talking about you in the giveaway.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And
that
so
sounds amazing.
we have these awesome matcha lattes that are infused with, I forget which mushroom it is, but it like has antioxidant properties. So it's like a power latte kind of thing.
Yeah. So
yeah,
good. That's going to be fantastic.
Oh, I have to get those.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Now I'm really excited.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. All right,
That's going to be great. Yeah, no, I'm so happy. This has been such a great conversation.
The last thing I wanted to mention, Amanda, and this was moving out of wellness a little bit, but a lot of people are obviously in the social media space, and they're looking for ways to grow their followings and their accounts. And you have such a robust and wonderful account, so authentic. What are some of the tips and tricks you can give some young social media people out there that are looking to sort of build their followings authentically?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one of the things is being authentic, not to be cheeky, but it's so true. Like, you have to be you and decide what you want to tell on social media. Obviously, you probably don't want to tell your whole life. I don't tell my whole life.
I think I made that mistake already, but okay.
Not that my husband doesn't really like social media, so I don't really talk about him.
Okay.
But he exists. But find out what you want to talk about, and then just be authentic. And that'll really help. Whatever service or offer that you are using social media for, like, make that part of it. But also, like, just tell a story, tell who you are, what you like to do. That's what people are interested in. I mean, that's what social media in essence is. It's about telling a story, telling who you are, showing your authentic self. So I think that that's really important. And also finding whichever communities that you fall into and utilizing those communities to grow your following. We all obviously love the wellness community. And so I love this community. Like, we all band together, like, for this giveaway. All these great companies are coming together to provide wellness to everyone. And in that case, like, we're all going to not only benefit from each other's audiences, but all for a good cause, which I love. But then also connecting with the community of anyone who's interested in wellness. So that's just, an example of how right now we're going to use our wellness community to grow, continue to grow. But that could be in, any community that you might fall into.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fantastic advice.
Amazing advice.
That's great.
Really authentic.
Excellent. So tune in for Wellness Wednesday.
Yes, 9 a.m. will be the class. And then we'll post the giveaway right after. So then that'll be up for people to be able to enter on Mindset's Wellness CBD's Instagram account.
Yes.
Excellent.
So how do people find you?
Oh, yeah. How do people find you? If they want to follow you, they want to take your classes, they want to be part of
so my Instagram account
services.
is Create Your Karma. Right now, Create Your Karma. I post my account, I use it to post about wellness, yoga, and inspiration. I don't really promote the marketing on there as much, but you can definitely contact me for any social media marketing. And
Great.
Yeah, so that's so great. And your code for Mindset, you have a code.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's Karma10. So if anyone wants to try any goodies out for 10% off and free shipping, use Karma10. And if you have any questions, you can message me or message Rene and Jon on the Mindset Instagram account. We all love talking about CBD. So don't be shy.
We really do.
So this was unbelievable. I just wanted to end our conversation with gratitude, which I think is something that we all share. And so I wanted to thank you for being our guest and being part of Mindset and being part of our community. And I wanted to thank all of our customers, our repeat customers, and our new subscribers who are all subscribing to getting repeat products. It is with so much gratitude that we accept all of the support. And so we really want to thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all the support. Really, truly feel blessed.
It's coming from a real exciting and authentic place. So thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone should go to.
Yes, everyone go to mindsetwellnesscbd.com. Use Karma10 and get your Mindset Wellness CBD.
And think about what you're grateful for. It's a great way to start the day, I swear.
Yes, that too.
100%.
I
And
would
choose
not.
your mindset every morning.
Yes.
Wake up. No, I love that advice you gave
Yeah.
in the beginning. That was
100%.
awesome. You know, you
Yeah.
gotta set your intention for the day, be grateful, right? That's
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
Tell
I love it
yourself a
too.
good story.
Well, thanks for, and thank you everyone who tuned in. And if you're watching the replay and you have any questions, seriously, just message any of us. We're happy to
Yeah.
answer any questions.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Amanda.
All right.
Thank you,
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Peace.